What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Thursday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and Hudco Roofing, hudcoroofing.com. Do business with someone you know, Hudco Roofing and hudcoroofing.com. Let's say some good mornings here. Kelly Gross, good morning. Bart St. Germain, good morning. Tommy Vienendahl, Sam Dixon, Gerald Mathern, hey, Dad, good morning. Hope everybody's day is off to a wonderful start. Had a good nightcap with Scone last night. Got a chance to talk at length about the coaching search. Answered everybody's questions for the millionth time, but it's all good. Thankfully, we're nearing an end. No doubt that Scott Woodward will have someone in place promptly after the end of the regular season for LSU. The news yesterday. It certainly seems as though Mel Tucker nearing an extension of stay at Michigan State, which is kind of how those things go, man. You identify your candidate, you make a play for them, and those who receive interest, even if they're not the primary target, they're able to leverage that interest into a new deal, which apparently is what Mel Tucker did. I was actually told late last week that Mel Tucker was. What I was told late last week was Jimbo was out. That was before Jimbo's adamant denial Monday. Mel Tucker was never really the target. I do believe Mel Tucker was the choice, is the choice for William Tate, the president. I don't believe Woodward was ever really bullish on Mel Tucker. And it's interesting because I told you a month ago that the contract that LSU offered were floated was 8 years, $100 million. And did you see what Mel Tucker got? We got a $100 million contract. That's how the game works, man. Good agents leverage that attention for their client, or leverage that interest for their client to get a better deal. And if you're the current employer, you have to make the decision. Are you willing to pay, or do you see it's a bluff? You call their bluff. Tim Gotro, Joey Vincent, Pat Huseman, Trivia Carter, good morning. Let's see, going to be first in the door at Clan Joe's to grab a bottle of toasted Penelope. I'm telling you, Pat, it's really good, man. It's about a $60 bottle, but I'd pay $60 for it. It's really good. If you like toasted barrel whiskeys, it's very good. Duval Production Group, 10-year, $95 million for Tucker. Good for him. Yep. So, I mean, man, that's LSU's going to get a lot of people paid. But you got to understand, too, because I think sometimes fans get this a little confused. The assumption is, well, Tucker turned LSU down, and Franklin turned LSU down, and Fickle turned it. You have to be offered the job to turn it down. And I don't believe anybody's been offered the job yet. Somebody asked me, one of the Facebook comments was, hang on. There it is. Rodney Stringer. Are the rumors true LSU offering Lincoln Riley a contract? So I'll put it this way, Rodney. Are you tired of talking about the coaching search and where you have it? Justin Hutchinson, what's up? I do believe LSU will extend an offer to Lincoln Riley. I do not believe that offer has been extended yet. So I don't think that, and I haven't talked to Jake Crane, J-Boy Show, to know who his source is or, where that info came from. But my guess is that's singular sourced. And he probably got it from an agent. Or Jake was in coaching. Maybe it's a coaching buddy who knows a guy or something like that. But I do not believe that the offer has been extended yet. I think they will, and the terms are exactly what I told you. So I told you a month ago. 8 years, $100 million. I think he said 8 years, 96. Okay, well, that's exactly what I told you a month ago. Chris Connor, let's hear the jingle. You know what? It's early, but what the heck? Let's do it.
When you need a roof, call someone you know. Scone and Terrio.
tell you what for sure, though, a great meeting yesterday with Tilly and Terrio and all our guys, Sam, Joe, all our guys, Scott over at HUDCO. And great meeting yesterday. And I'm going to tell you, we are jamming, and especially if you or someone you know is in the Houma Thibodeau area, down in the Bayou region. Let us know if you're having trouble getting a roofer or you're really far out on a schedule. I mean, we can definitely get to you before the holidays, but probably quicker than that. So holler at us, hudcoroofing.com, hudcoroofing.com. Courtney Storr, good morning. Jason Horn, good morning. Ryan Amanda Guidry, Brian Broom, Jonathan Martin, Andrew Cedar, Clark Tiger Davis, Leo Williams, Lowell Cormier, what's up, y'all? Jeremy Wiley, Dylan Landry, good morning. Danny Mumphrey, the least Mel could do is take Scott to dinner, a little early morning hunting. Greg Dugas, excuse me. Gavin Dugas. I'm not pushing it. I'm going to pull that out. I'm not pushing Napier. And you know what? By the process of elimination, it may just end up being Billy Napier. I mean, if Lincoln Riley turns him down, provided they do offer the job and Lincoln says no, you start to go, okay, well, who's next? And I've told you the names I've heard from Matt Campbell, Billy Napier. And yesterday I had someone close to Ole Miss mention that they're hearing Kiffin again. I had been told that Kiffin was a no for Scott. But when you start to get down on your list, maybe it comes back into play. And then I had another media member yesterday for the first time mention to me Aranda. But again, I've not gotten that from anybody that I would consider associated with the search. And when I say that, I don't mean just like LSU's brass, but I'm talking board members, boosters, people on your agents, nobody. And people mention names, y'all, and that's one that a lot of fans ask about. But it may just mean he's the one. We'll see. Brian Wynn, good morning. Ryan Mandy Guidry fired up after the chant. Craig Dugas, Midwinter Night's Strand being reported heavily this week. Get it while you can. Don't come to me for it. Distributors giving me the shaft. Well, I'll be on the lookout then. When's LSU getting a HUDCO billboard in Tiger Stadium? Not going to happen, Kirk. Quite honestly, I believe that LSU corporate partnerships are the most gigantic waste of money that you could possibly spend. My friends at LSU may not like hearing me say that, but it is a horrendously overpriced product for like signage on the ribbon board, an ad in the program, like good thanks. Anyway, not Terrio on the jingle. That's Mr. Toby Tomplay. Henry Burrell, Matt, good morning. Haven't tuned in for a while. Who do you feel is the best fit for the LSU coach? Henry, this isn't a cop-out. I think they could hire most anybody and do really well, in considering the last three have all won titles. I just trust Scott Woodward knows the qualities he's looking for in a coach, and he'll find that person. Eric Trosclair, what's up? Alan Hurd, morning, Matt. Scott came to help us with the estimate on the repair, to look at mother-in-law, great info, help the wife understand everything. HUDCO is the best. Got a signed ball from Ryan, which probably included in the price. Where's your signed baseball gift? Alan, let me know. I saw Scott yesterday. Let me know. I will, if you want me to, I will gladly sign a hat for you. I don't know that you want that, but if you really do, I will. Nathan Norman, what's up? Jimmy Tate, Napier over Campbell. I could get down with that, for sure. Lane, never say never. I mean, if it's a no for Scott, it's a no. It's like multiplying by 0. No matter who else might be pushing it. Rap in Batches, Joseph Armato. Good podcast line. Thank you, man. Brian and Andy Penn from Little Rock, Arkansas. Still think it's Aranda. I'm telling you, man, I haven't heard anybody. Like, you can think it, and nobody is talking about Dave Aranda other than fans. So you can think it, but James Corwin, what's up? Christian, Matt, me personally, I'm skeptical on both the report about the offer and the report saying it's not happening. I would say that's fair. I don't think Feldman was reporting that it's a no. He was just throwing out on Twitter, I'm hearing it's not going to happen. Well, is he getting that from Lincoln? Maybe. That could be Lincoln Riley saying to me, like, man, I'm not going to LSU. Put this out there. Yeah, maybe just to cool down around his team. His team's still in the playoff mix. I mean, they went out there in the playoffs. But I think that's another reason why, if you're Scott Woodward, if you're LSU, you're not making an offer yet. You don't know if Lincoln Riley's going to be in the playoffs. Because if he is, you're not waiting and he's not leaving. So, anyway. Do you think LSU makes Riley an offer only if they have a pretty good idea he'll accept it? No. I mean, I think if you're going to make someone a $100 million offer, I'm pretty confident they're going to accept it. Tim Gotra, I'm starting to sing along now. The jingle definitely works. It's the point of a jingle. It's an earworm. Let's see. Rosedale Johnny's, good morning. Why didn't O hire Russ Callaway for OC? Because he wanted that Joe Brady offense. And Joe Brady told him to hire Jake Beats. And Ed doesn't know what he's looking for in coaches and doesn't know how to hire. And so many things we've talked about a bajillion times. I don't know that Russ Callaway would have been a great option. And honestly, George Munoz would have been a better option than Jake Peets. At least he's an experienced play caller. Pat Houston, my top three, Aranda, Napier, Riley. I think you have those in the wrong order. I think it would be Riley, Napier, Aranda is how it should go. James Corwin, would more offensive-minded coach be better? James, I mean, you can make the argument either way. Personally, I think you can find a solid defensive coach to run that side of the ball. I want an offensive-minded coach because you have to have someone that can score points and develop quarterbacks. And I would hate to continuously have that be a revolving door if you keep losing OCs. J. Ron, thought Kiffin was one of the first names out there. Why I know now. Well, remember, J. Ron, I know I've repeated myself a bajillion times. Just because you have to start somewhere, right? Like you have to start with a list. And you start with certain people and you vet them and then you make a decision if that's something that you want to pursue. It's the dating analogy. It's like, hey man, you went on a date with this girl. Why don't you get married? Well, we went on a date, it didn't go well. Decided we're not for it, so we didn't go on a second date. So, I mean, that's how it starts. I mean, that's maybe, is that, I don't know, I keep giving that analogy, but people keep asking me the same question. Maybe that's not a great analogy. Y'all tell me and I'll change it up. I'll try to explain it a different way. But, like, I mean, you have to put a list together at the beginning, and then you start vetting the vetting process, and then you find out if you're interested, if they're interested, how much it would cost, what the time, you know what I mean? Like, and sometimes very quickly you come to an understanding, like, it's not going to be a good fit. That's what happened with James Franklin. He was on the list initially, and the first contact with James Franklin's people did not go well. So it just never progressed. It was like, all right, that's done. I mean, that's what happened there. Charlie Broussard, Aranda is already hired, just hasn't been made public yet, just much, okay. Sometimes I really wonder if y'all believe half of the crap that y'all spit out in comments. Not a knock on you, Charlie. It's really not. But, like, I've tried to explain this logically so many times to people, but do you honestly think that Dave Aranda, in the middle of the season, is interviewing for the LSU job? In the middle of the season, he's interviewing for the LSU job. Scott Woodward's flying up to Waco to interview Dave Aranda right under his boss's nose during the season. Father John David III, good morning. Tomas Pena, good morning. Write an article about Troutman, why we should believe in him. He's the number 8 best run blocking tight end according to PFF. I really don't care about PFF, Tomas. I mean, it's a metric. It's not the be-all, end-all, and he has been objectively bad. I mean, there's no way that you could defend his play. I don't even need him as a run-blocking tight end. I need him to catch passes in this offense, and he stinks at that right now. James Metvin, good morning. Fixing to get cold in Tioga. Still waiting on Scott's choice. Jacob Hibbard, morning, Matt from Utah. Does Napier have a good track record with quarterback development? And he's done well at ULL. But I'll tell you what my feeling on Napier is. So here's what I'll tell you about. Oh, it's 7:51. All right, last thing. Here's what I'll tell you about Nick's tree of assistants. Some have had success. Obviously, some haven't. Like Derek Dooley, not so much. Will Muschamp, not so much. Kirby Smart, yes. Jimbo, yes. I think Napier and Tucker are the next two that you're going to see have a lot of success. Some of Nick's staff learn Nick's style and his recruiting, how should we say, tactics, and they implement it perfectly for their program because they know, and Nick knows, that he can't do anything about their tactics because they could turn around and point the finger at him because of his tactics. So those that learn and implement Nick's tactics do quite well, i.e. Jimbo and Kirby and what you're starting to see with Tucker and Napier. Okay, I really have to go now. 142 watching on Facebook. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the page and share the post there on Facebook. YouTube, only 15 likes. Smash that like button. Appreciate y'all very much. As always, shout out to Brock. You need an orthopedist? You go to Brock. You need a roof? You call Hoodco. Have an awesome day. Scone and T drops today. T-Bob A-Bear and yours truly. Locked on LSU. AFR 3. Appreciate y'all. Have a great day. Peace.